I can beatbox.
Yeah, how long have you been in real estate?
I've been in real estate for probably 8 to 10 months now.
What's a fun fact that people should know about you?
I guess I used to be an actor. I used to work in the service industry, but I guess something a little fun is I know how to skateboard.
I know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you
Yeah.
still do it?
Not as much as I'd like to. Things are pretty busy now, but I still get myself out there sometimes.
When did you join our team?
I joined Q&U in September of 2023.
It's awesome. You were there at another brokerage before, right? Was it Remax?
Yes, I was currently with Remax. Yeah, just for a few months.
How's the transition been for you, and what it's like to be here at Q&U and Compass?
The difference is so black and white. I think that at Remax, great brokerage, been around for a while, but I would say the difference between the two is that Q&U really offers that foundation to new agents, and Compass is such an amazing brokerage, one of the highest in the city. Our technology is amazing, all the agents are amazing, everyone's so friendly. But I think what really makes Q&U stand out is they really give you those resources and the tools that you need in your toolbox to kind of build that foundation, and that's what I owe my success to so far. It's been amazing being on this team, and I think I wouldn't be where I am without everyone on the team and you. You guys really built a great system for us to learn and propel from as a new agent coming into the business.
Given your journey getting here and your challenges and success, what would you say to your old self in September, or someone at the same place? What advice would you give them from your perspective now?
That's an interesting one to think about, to be honest. And I think buckle your seatbelt and put your head down and just keep working and believe that what you're doing is paying off and putting yourself in the position to learn something new every day. Right now, I look back at myself and even how did I get here? How did I get here in this conversation with you right now? And I find myself being, wow, I'm really a real estate agent. I'm servicing people, I'm helping people, I'm closing deals. I just got my first listing. It's almost like a dream come true. So I think to any new agent out there, I would just say buckle your seatbelt and do the work and be consistent.
What would you say is the most rewarding thing right now about being in real estate and doing what you're doing?
Honestly, it's just making people happy. I feel like that sounds very cheesy. There's a lot of moving parts in real estate. There's so much going on. You're talking to so many people. You're talking to so many clients. You're doing so many things behind the scenes. But all of that, the best reward is just making someone happy. Watching someone close on their first house and then being so excited and so grateful just for you to help them along the way and provide such a smooth process for them, where when we're going through it, that's our goal, right? Our goal is to create a smooth process for the client to get them from under contract to settlement in the smoothest way. And I think at the end of the day, when you see it really paying off, I just picture my clients that I closed on yesterday. They were so happy, and I think that ends up being what you do it for. That's really the most rewarding thing, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I think that our team and us being here at Compass, we align with the fact that we are so consumer-centric. That's our North Star. And we talked about it today in our meeting, how our two core focuses are simplifying the process as much as we can and making it so easy for our clients and streamlined. And so this way, they don't feel all the burden, all the challenges that come with transacting in real estate while still enjoying the process and just being obsessed about the client experience while they're working with us, with our agent, with our team, because it is a team effort. Be able to do what we do, it's just blessed to having some amazing people from the agents, some great support staff, from listing coordination, transaction coordination, to Nicole in operations, and Max and Shane in marketing, and obviously Ivy being a rock star. It's just so great. And I think that what makes me the proudest is that now it's people are coming to me directly and saying, I enjoy working with so-and-so. They're great. Before, when I first started, I was always in the front, I'm the front runner, but it's not me, it's everyone else. They're doing a great job. It makes me so proud when people celebrate our team. We're only getting started. We're only getting started to what we'll be able to put out there and provide to our clients. I'm curious right now, what is it like to be a buyer? What is it like to be an agent in today's market?
Right now, we're in what we call spring market, and it's really busy. I think especially for a lot of people on our team right now, and it can be challenging, which is okay. I mean, that's It happens sometimes, as I was talking about before, with the resources we have and the foundation that we have, we're able to really provide to our clients, guide them through this market right now. Because there's a lot of things going on in terms of a little bit of low inventory, a lot of buyers out there. Buyers are hungry right now. And I think that for us to be able to use the resources we have to navigate these buyers through the market has been amazing. And we've been achieving a lot in the spring market as a team. So it's been great. I mean, I've done most of my business right now. So although it's challenging, we're really coming out in the end with some W's.
I think that it's not more safe that is busy, although a lot of people could feel that way of the amount of work that goes in place. I do think that for our team, we've been doing a really good job and slowing down, right? Making sure that we're slowing down the process for our agents and also slowing down the process for our buyers. And what I mean by that, just really focusing and working smart, being strategic, making sure we're listening to our clients and asking the right questions so we can help them reach their goal, help them have a memorable experience and enjoy the process of home buying. Because you're right, it is challenging right now for consumers, and it's challenging for agents to go out there and succeed, and it can be defeating. And I think that it's really important for us as professionals, as advisors, to be able to really lead and take charge and guide our clients through this market, because it is about perseverance, it is about endurance. And at the same time, although for buyers right now, agents aren't really finding the home because they can see it come in the market unless you have off-market opportunities like how we do with private exclusive. And that's been working for our clients, and I think it's a tremendous edge to be able to have that, and that's great. So we're blessed that way as agents here at Q&U and at Compass. But in the same time, we are the difference to making sure that they're able to secure their dream home. And that's by doing all the hard work, doing the due diligence, being smart, researching the listing agent and making sure that if there is a connection there, researching the sellers to see if there's anything that could create a situation where we have the edge a bit, that we have that connection to be able to secure the property for our clients, because these are real families. There are folks out there that have to make a move because their family are growing and they have to sell homes in the same time. And sometimes you're going in once, twice and not getting that W, like you said. And there's nothing about it too, because you put the best offer that you could. And it's harder too on the sellers as well to be able to pick the right offer, right? And sometimes it's not always about who's paying the most, right? Terms are important as well. But when we do get those W's and we do find the perfect home for our clients right now, and a lot of times it is about that patience, because we do end up finding some great homes and our clients are extremely happy. And it's something that you and I both talked about, how important it is to be able to not only do our best, but also for our clients to be able to feel that way too, and feel like everything went the way they should have went, and in the end they're happy. And we're lucky enough to have great clients that listen to us and trust our guidance. I think that that's one of the biggest things as real estate agents, that to be able to talk to them about a strategy and put a plan in place and have full commitment from your clients, and at the same time believe in yourself that you're going to be able to get there, execute it, right? I think that it's one of the most rewarding things, and I also think why we are having some of our best year ever in this challenging market, because we have put first our clients, our people, regardless of what the conditions of the marketplace are. Is that we know that we're going to find ways to succeed and help families.
So what was the market like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl?
It was good. I feel like every time our teams win a championship, it only puts Philly more and more on the map, where people are like, hey, let's move to Philly. I remember when the Phillies won the World Series, there was an uptick on people relocating to Philly, which was great. Obviously, you gotta love being in Philly at that time. I think a lot of people who used to live here or had some roots in Philadelphia and got to experience the playoff. There's a period where, we had the Phillies did the playoff, we had Eagles, and we had the Flyers. They were all doing really well, and I think the energy has always been electric, I guess is the word, to be in Philly, in our own version of a gritty electric version. When you think about it, I think we have some of the best mascots in the world. So we have the Philly Fanatics. Have you seen that ESPN Sports Center sketch where A-Rod goes, "Who used my razor?" And then there's the Fanatics in the background, like, on the towel. Only our mascot could do that. And then there's Gritty, who's not only a Philly symbol, he's an American icon. I feel like that's a representation of what it's like to be a sports fan in an urban area. And I love that about us, because we're not afraid to be us. And we own it. Like, we own the good and we own the bad. And I know that every time we have a championship that is brought back to Philly, it means a lot for obviously the fans and the residents, but I also think that it puts Philly on the map, and then people are going to want to move to Philly more. And anything that brings people back to Philly or makes people stay, I think is a wonderful thing.
I think it's very interesting from your point of view versus mine. I'm a Philly native. I'm born and raised here. It's not hard to buy into the energy of Philly, but I almost don't really have a choice. This is just how I was raised. But I think it's so interesting, as somebody who comes from another country, as an immigrant, you came to Philly and you just so easily bought into the energy of Philly and everything that comes with it. And even went as far as succeeding in real estate and starting your own team. And I think to myself, for you, what was kind of your favorite thing about Philly when you came here? Because you bought your first investment property here, right?
So, I moved here when I was 12, about to turn 13. So I've lived here a larger part of my life. So I grew up in Philly, and I've only lived in the Philly area. But, one thing that's something that when I look back that I love about our city is that it is a city that has a lot of history and character. And at the same time, it has been evolving and changing. And there's been some great people that I've met that live here like us, who have kind of influenced it. At heart, I'm a business person, so we have a lot of entrepreneurs in Philly too that have shaped Philadelphia, from the local restaurant scene, like Steven Starr, for example, to developers and political leaders. And you have some of the scene in just Philly startups right now. It's starting to attract more people. But I think that's just one aspect of it. I think that every person that has come to visit me, that has been to Philly for the first time, has always said to me how nice the people are. And it's hard to believe, because when you're Philly, you would always get this bad rap. But I think that we always get the highlights of what it's like to be a sports fan. I feel like it's not fair, because we are the best sports fans out there, but in the same time, we're not that person every time. I think that we're not afraid to say hello to people in the street and strike a conversation, or sit in your front stoop and talk to your neighbors. And I think that those bondings that we have in our communities are what makes Philly special. And being known as a city of neighborhoods is something that I'm really proud of, because Philly is, although a large city, sometimes it feels really small, and each neighborhood offers something unique. And being able to continue that right now, and to be in real estate and the position where I'm at, and help folks pick their home but transition in their communities, and learn and stay in touch with them, that they are loving it and they have made friends or started families and grew their families there. It's something that I love about our city. And recently kind of expanding my horizon to moving from the city to a suburb. It's so Philly too. And it's something that I knew that, but I didn't really experience it until it happened for me, which now it's exciting again. I'm learning something different. I'm learning something new. And honestly, I love sharing that with people. I love sharing that with our clients too, who are about to do the same thing, or are doing what I've done with my family, and be able to share with them. And that's something that what I love about what I do, honestly. Not only do I get to do that with my partners, the agents on our team, but I also get to do that with clients and consumers. So every time I get a chance to talk with someone and they get something out of it, but to share my experience, I think it's full circle, not only what's great about Philly, but why I enjoy what I do to be in this profession. You grew up in Philly, you live in the city. So what's your favorite thing to do in the summer?
Favorite thing to do in the summer? Rooftops are fun. I live in Fairmount, so a really close one to me is Assembly. So that's really nice. I love a good sunset, so I love to go to rooftops when the sun is setting. Morgan's Pier is really fun. It's really nice to be by the water. I think Philly offers a lot of nice, fun, outdoorsy things to do in the summer. There's Harbor Park. They do a cute little carnival at Penn's Landing. But yeah, I think it's just
Do you have a rooftop where you live?
I actually do.
Are you able to see the fireworks of 4th of July from your rooftop?
Yes, actually. Yeah, because I can see right where the art museum is. So I get to avoid the crowds, and they also do the 4th of July concert. So I kind of get the best of both worlds there. But yeah, I mean, I love living in Fairmount. It's one of the best, if not, like, in my opinion, the best. As somebody who is 27, Fairmount is one of the best neighborhoods in Philly. There's a lot of really fun things to do. There's good restaurants, and it kind of gives you that young professional feel in like a quaint neighborhood that you can just walk right into the city. So.
What's something that you would know or experience only if you live in Fairmount?
Green Street. I actually live on Green Street. I don't know how I pulled it off, because Green Street is one of the nicest streets in Philly. I mean, brownstones, it gives you such a New York, Brooklyn vibe, and I love that about it. And I think the best thing about Fairmount, especially in the springtime, is walking down Green Street. And I think it sounds, I'm being a little extra with that, but it is one of the most beautiful, scenic views that I've ever seen. I think it's one of the most beautiful streets in the city.
When you first start working with new clients, and having that client consultation, what's one of the things that you always make sure that you talk to your clients about, because you think that is one of the most important things that is going to help them in this process?
That's an interesting question. In my client consultations, one of the things that I like to focus on the most is honestly just building that connection at first, because I think I like to really learn about the client and like what their needs are beyond just what they're looking for in a home or beyond the beds and baths and things like that. Like, you really have to get to know what's somebody's lifestyle, what do they like to do, and just kind of connect with them on a more personal level. And I think with that, you build a lot of trust. And once you kind of establish that kind of connection in a client consultation, then you can kind of dive into the things that need to be talked about in terms of the process of a transaction in real estate. And, I'm going to be honest with you, I think that is the most important part, is building that connection and that first impression with your client, because that builds trust. And then from there, I'd like to think it's a pretty smooth process.
And I see that in your relationship with your client and how much they appreciate working with you. And not only that, but it seems like the process when working with you, it feels so much easier and light, and everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Which is great, because we want that as agents. We want that. What I found to be really helpful is that having that conversation, having that consultation, and just kind of being able to do it sort of how we are doing it, right? We're in sitting across from one another, either in person or via Zoom and a video call, I think, but in the right atmosphere, in the right mindset, to be able to really connect and talk about the things that are important. We found that the consultation on its own is very helpful for our clients, and it's been one of the sole differentiator to the clients who are actually succeeding in a high level are the clients who actually paid attention, got a lot of the consultations, and sometimes if they didn't, we'll always go back to that because they're much more prepared going into this market. Once you build that rapport with them and you have established a level of trust, because I do think that trust is something that continues to build. You continue to debit into that account by the experience you create for your clients and how you show up for them. But being able to talk to them about the process at a high level and be able to explain that process in a very simple, concise, clear way, that they are prepared to go out there and do their best and succeed. Being able to discuss a strategy and put a plan in place that's good for them. So this way we can go out there and make the best offers we can for them. Create a win-win solution. Obviously right now, some of the biggest challenge that buyers are facing is that the amount of properties they're going to see, the amount of offers they are writing before they find their home, before they secure their home. So as professionals, we track that, and to be able to have an average that's much lower than the market average, I think is something that we take pride in, because we know how important their time is to our clients. They don't want to write 5-6 offers. They would rather write 1.5. They don't want to see 30 places. They would like to see their dream place as quickly as possible. So making that process more efficient, and then to be able to have a commitment from both sides, setting those expectations, what they expect of me as an agent and what they should expect of me as an agent, and some of the expectation that we have of our clients as well, and being clear about that. And at the same time, having those hard conversations that are important that I see a lot of agents not having. Being transparent up front, talking about how we get paid as agents and what that is and why we get paid that and the value that we bring to this relationship, being able to communicate that. And not just that, but document that and show it. I think this is why more and more people are reaching out to us. This is why more and more people are having success working with our team. And more importantly, I think the consultation is just the beginning of it. Just that from there, it's all about the experience. And I think we're so obsessed about that. And from bottom up, from our agent to our staff to our leaders, the whole leadership team, that's how we do business around here, and that's what we're all about at our team. How would you describe your team, the community here at Q&U?
Like a family. I think that was the main thing that really attracted me to this team. As soon as I came to the team, our first meeting together, you were so welcoming, and it wasn't always about what I was gonna bring to the team, but what you were gonna do to help me propel myself as a person. And not just about my business, just me as a person and growing as a person. In this past 8 months or so that I've been on the team, I've grown obviously in my career, but also so much just as a person. And I think being able to look around you in a team meeting and know that you can ask anyone anything, there is no stupid question, and the team is a foundation and we won't ever let anybody else fall. And I think that's kind of the culture of our team. It's like a little family. And yeah, it's just something I really appreciate about the Q&U team.
It's been quite a journey for us, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's funny, I think when you're on interviews, job interviews, you're always, I come from the restaurant industry, so I've seen it all. I'm very, very good at reading people and my intuition. But I will say for one thing with you and this team, you weren't trying to sell me. You were just like, hey, I want to help you as a person and in your career. And I think that's what the best thing is about this team. I think other teams, or even like I was saying on interviews, it's almost like, well, what are you going to provide for me? And I think here you realize it's a mutually beneficial relationship. And that's what I love.
Do you think that other people feel the same way about helping you?
Oh yeah, we all want each other to succeed. We're each other's cheerleaders. I think that you could call anybody and they'll most likely pick up the phone unless we're on a showing or something like that, but everyone is lending a helping hand and their knowledge. And I remember thinking, I wonder if I'll ever get there and be able to help someone and pick up their call. And it has gotten to that point where sometimes people call me about things, and I've learned so much from everyone else. It's like we almost give all of our knowledge to each other, and I think we're all here to help each other. And it's nice to kind of, as somebody who is a newer agent who is learning the ropes of things and stuff, being able to give back to those other new agents.
What's your vision about the team when you think about what's next for Q&U, how it's going to grow? How do you envision that growth for the team and for you?
Honestly, since I've joined the team, I feel like our foundation has just become stronger and stronger, and it's propelling our business and us as people and agents in our careers so beautifully that I think it's only going to go up from here. I think we have a great team right now. Everyone is so giving and so amazing and so willing to learn and grow that for our team, I just see success in the future, to be honest. And I think it's not, oh, I'm in a solo agent on a team. It's no, we are a team and we are a family. We're going to build together and we're going to build this foundation together. And it's something that we kind of all buy into.
We do. But growth comes with change. Change can be scary. We're lucky to have that community where we feel we're tight, we're family, helping one another. What would you say to those people who feel that way? Why do we need to lean more towards hey, it's okay to evolve, it's okay to change, so together, it's okay to grow together?
Yeah. Well, I think there's always that feeling, that fear of being uncomfortable. And I think that that's why people stay in a stagnant place, or a place that's comfortable rather. Also, I think I always say this, anxiety and excitement can coexist. And if change feels scary, like it's also just exciting. It's so exciting. And I think for me personally, I mean, to come to a new team when I first came here, it was really scary, you know, but I think being able to take that leap and just kind of fall into the excitement of it is where you're gonna grow.
The person who's about to give up, they're feeling down, they're just like almost like they're giving up. They're pushing so hard, but they gave 10 out of 10 at a 2 out of 10 opportunity. They want it, but they slowly are giving up. Like,
I don't know.
What would you say to them? I feel like that person right now is going to hear something, need hearing something from someone like you.
It can be challenging. Becoming a new real estate agent is very challenging. You're usually working another job while also trying to establish your career in real estate. And I think one of the biggest things is believing in yourself. And kind of, we all have a picture of who we see ourselves to be in the future, and to really present that energy forward. And sometimes you're worn so thin, but I think it's so important to remind yourself of your values and what did you get in this for? We always talk about this. What is your why? You know, and just reminding yourself of all of those things and really, really believing in yourself that you can be the best you can and you're in the right place. And guess what? If you think that you're not in the right place, then you better move. You better go somewhere else, make yourself feel uncomfortable, and do whatever it takes to get to where you are. Because if something doesn't feel right, there's a reason for that. I think at the end of the day, it's just kind of centering yourself and connecting with your why and being able to really believe in who you see yourself to be. Because I had times where I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't, but you have to show up and also lean on the people around you. People see things in you that you also believe to see yourself, and when you kind of grasp on that reflection that other people have of you in like a good way, like I feel like you guys were always so supportive of me and the potential that I saw myself to be, and I think it's just really buying into that and leaning on everyone around you. So, you know, considering all of my experience, I just think that if you're someone out there who has been worn so thin and you're really thinking about giving up, don't look at the other options that there are. This team has really changed my life and my career, and I think it's really scary to make a jump, but it's just about kind of doing that and having a conversation. It's such a safe space here, and you'll really learn what we have to offer as a team that will help you grow not only in your career but as a person. And you should not give up, because I was there and I met Eli, and now I'm here where I am, and I'm not gonna say I've been doing amazing, but I've been producing. A year ago, I never thought I would get here, and I think it's just really important to put yourself first in those kind of circumstances. And if this is you, I'm inviting you right now to come and experience this. Sit in on one meeting with us, be in our environment, and see what it's like and what the energy is here and what we do to succeed as agents.